Hello, Temecula Valley. Happy Monday. We're very excited to be bringing you our community news. Happy New Year to everyone. Our community news is going to be a local news broadcast that's going to be talking about Temecula Valley. It's going to be talking about California, and we're going to be focusing on the stories that really are affecting the people. So if you've got stories for us, feel free to send them our way. But first, I'd like to welcome you to our first co-host, Amy Serpa, my sister. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much, my brother. Good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.
So we've got a very packed show for you guys. We're very excited to be bringing you. We're going to focus on small businesses right now. We're going to focus on really the heartbeat of America. They say that the largest employer in the state of California, the largest employer in the country, is the small business owner. And right now we have found that 60% of these small business owners are not going to be reopening their doors. Of course, but first we're going to be talking about our 5-day forecast. We've got a 5-day forecast, a very good-looking week here in the greater Temecula Valley. 60% of small businesses, like I said, are not going to be reopening their doors after COVID-19. And this isn't something that's just affecting small businesses. It's also affecting nonprofits. They found that about 1/3 of nonprofits are not going to be able to continue to serve people after COVID-19 clears, regardless of how quickly things return to normal. We're going to check in with Ginny Mae out at Crunch Fitness, one of our favorite people, right?
That's right. One of my besties out there.
And then, so Ginny's going to tell us what life is like for gym owners right now in California, what she's doing to do her best to stay open. And then we're going to check in with CERT Ministries, their new project right now, the Slave Free Project. Last year, they saved 120 human beings from being trafficked, which is a massive deal. We sent a huge caravan of people from this parking lot here in French Valley out to their compound, their 20-acre compound, where they are now running the Slave Free Project. The Slave Free Project is their next branch. We're going to be checking in with Maddie and Cece later in the show. And then later on, we're going to go up to Folsom, California. Aaron Ralls he runs a barbershop up there. And of course, they've been forcing small businesses to close in California while not subsidizing their businesses. No one's paying your rent. Nobody's coming to help. And we've been seeing food lines right here in French Valley on Wednesdays where we've been feeding people, good people that they can no longer work. That's a big deal. And so Aaron Ralls is running a campaign right now to never close again and to keep America open. So we're going to check in with Aaron at the very end of the show. But first, we're going to bring you our 5-day forecast, the first ever 5-day forecast of the greater Temecula Valley. And we're going to be sending this right now to our friend, Timothy Buttaga. Timothy, how's the week looking in Temecula?
Oh, it's looking beautiful, man. So
good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So my name's Timothy Buttaga. It's the 5-day forecast. We're going to start off in Temecula. We're looking at 66 degrees to start off today. We're going to have rising temperatures throughout. End off on 71 on Friday. In Marietta, we're going to start off the week 67 degrees, and we're going to drop it off 71 on Friday. In Winchester, it's going to be 68 degrees on Monday, and then Friday it's going to drop down to 70. In Hemet, today it's going to be 67 degrees. We're going to have rising temperatures, and we're going to end up Friday at 70 degrees. In San Jacinto, we're starting off today at 67 degrees, and dropping down to 69 on Friday. In Lake Elsinore, it's going to be 68 degrees. And we have rising temperatures, and we're going to finish it off 71.
Wildomar,
what we're looking at.
Looks like the slide didn't change there. Okay, there's Menifee.
Menifee, it's going to be 68 degrees starting off today, and we're going to drop up to 71 on Friday.
Beautiful. Beautiful week.
Back off to you, David.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Timothy. That was our first 5-day forecast brought to you from our French Valley hub. And Wildomar, we'll get you next week. Maybe we'll even, we'll get you Friday with the weekend weather.
That's right.
So we're going to be bringing you our weather every week, the 5-day forecast. Even though you can look it up on your phone, it's a little bit more fun to have somebody, one of your neighbors telling you a little bit about what to expect this week. So it's another beautiful week here in Southern California. And then, of course, who do we got bringing on? What do we got next? We got Ginny Mae at Crunch Fitness is going to be the next big story. And if you could check in with Andres Gonzalez and find out where he's at, we're going to be cutting live out there to French Valley at Crunch Fitness, where Ginny Mae, another gym owner, is doing her best to keep her doors open during this pandemic. Like we said, this has been a huge deal. We've seen 60% of small business owners are not expected to keep their doors open during a pandemic.
That's right. Initially, this was affecting only blue-collar jobs, but it's actually moved up to the white-collar level as well, where a lot of marketing, advertising, lawyers, things like that, people are getting put out of business and permanently closing their doors. So we want to do what we can in this community to help our business owners, our small business owners, keep their doors open.
And this is part of what we're doing here with our community news, part of what we're doing with our community. We want to make sure that the people that are doing their best to keep their doors open, following COVID-19 guidelines and everything, aren't getting buried. As it was already in the state of California, it was extraordinarily difficult to keep a small business up and running. Businesses were running on razor-thin margins, doing their best to stay open. It has to be a labor of love at this point. And we saw how quickly those COVID-19 funds got swallowed up, didn't we?
Yeah, all those PPE funds that were originally meant for the small business owner, a mass amount of those ended up going to churches and corporations, and so it really did a disservice to our small business owners. And now they're talking about putting another PPE fund out there. We can only hope and pray that it'll be in the hands of those that need it. It's
been kind of an interesting charade that's been happening right now in Washington. There's been a lot of really important votes that haven't been going to a vote. You saw the Medicare for All vote, which they were trying to force the vote. Jimmy Dore was big on pushing that campaign to try to get Medicare for All during a pandemic. You saw President Trump, come out and say, hey, I'm not going to sign a $600 stimulus check bill unless this goes up to $2,000 a person. And then Senator McConnell, of course, blocked that vote. So it's been absolutely wild. And I have right now somebody commenting online. He said, I lost my business. I had 2 years left on my lease. This whole thing sucks. So we're really in a situation where there's a lot of really good people that are being affected. And what I'm going out there and I'm experiencing is when I'm talking to people, it's not just your average small business owner, it's everyone. And people are saying, well, why is Amazon open? Why is Walmart open? Why are all of these big businesses open and I can't keep my mom and pop shop open? And so pretty soon here we're going to be bringing you Ginny Mae out in French Valley, who's going to be talking about what she's doing to keep her gym open. And when you are mandating poverty, and you're not giving people stimulus checks, you have to understand that people are going to get desperate. We have issues of burglary are going up through the roof. We have theft going up. People are getting desperate because people are hungry. And if you cannot feed people, and you will not feed people during a pandemic while we're spending $32 million an hour on war, then we have to understand that at some point or another, people are going to get frustrated. That, of course, is coming from a combat veteran. We've got a fellow combat veteran, Daryl Miller, checking in online. He says, this is awesome, guys. This is something that we're going to bring you guys on every Monday and Friday of every week in order to start showcasing local businesses, in order to help people keep feeding their families. And so at this point, Andres is long gone, and we're going to bring him on to discuss what Ginny is doing at Crunch Fitness in French Valley and what she's suggesting to other business owners to do, which everyone's just doing their best to try to keep their head above water. Am I right?
That's right. That's right. And if, I personally feel that if we can keep the doors of Walmart open, we should be able to walk through the doors of our small businesses here in the Temecula Valley. So if you guys know any businesses that are, looking for a little bit of extra, marketing and advertising that might want to get on our community news, please feel free to post their business down below, and we'll reach out to them, and we'd love to get them on our community network in the following weeks.
So at this point, we're working to bring Andres onto the show. He's having a little bit of a connection issue, obviously, and then when we're able to do that, that would be absolutely excellent. Can you reach out to him, Christian? See what's going on, or Okay, and then of course, after we check in with Crunch Fitness, like we said, after we check in with Ginny Mae, not only are we going to be checking in with the Slave Free Project and the nonprofits that have been affected by COVID-19, but we're also going to be checking in with businesses up in Northern California where there's actually a small business coalition that is formed. Well, where people are saying, hundreds of businesses are getting together and they're saying, we're not going to shut down again. We're not going to do it. So we've got more people commenting online here. Susan says, thank you for all that you do. I'm a social worker and see so much tragedy. Reach out to me. We would love to help. Okay, well, of course, that's something that we'd love to do. We'd love to have more people on the show to talk about what we've got going on so that we can help everyone everywhere feed their families. So,
well, we've got a minute here. We're waiting for Andres. I just wanted to say a major thank you to the French Valley community that really rallied around our toy drive that we hosted out here with our community. So a major thank you to each and every one of you that participated and donated toys for the families in need in our French Valley area. Major thank you. Thank you so much. You helped put a smile on so many children's faces this Christmas.
yeah, so it's one of those things where, we've got people that are in a situation where they're hurting. So what do? If you've got some food, you feed people. If you've got an opportunity to connect with other good people so that somebody can have a Christmas, then we'll do that as well. So what we might be doing is we might actually be bringing Zach Bach on earlier in order to cut to him with the Slave Free Project because we're having a little bit of trouble connecting with Andres. So hopefully we could get that figured out and we could connect you guys with Crunch Fitness and Ginny Mae. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add Zach Bach to the show. Aim, I'm going to switch here with you here. Okay, Mr. Bach.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
Good. How are you doing?
Let's see if you could go ahead and add your audio, Zach.
Should be up. Yep,
okay,
I'm
so
on.
for those of you that don't know, this is the Slave Free Project that we're discussing. This is going to be Maddie and Cece, and that's part of the problem here is that I need to cut over there to Maddie and Cece and pull this up the right way. All right, so you got me, Zach?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Zach, I need you to unmute your audio.
It is. I'm not
The
muted.
guests has muted themselves here. All right. So at some point or another, we're going to get somebody on this show with me and Amy, and we're going to get this audio figured out because, we can't continue to. Zach Block, get your audio figured out. Where you
Yeah,
at?
it's on your room.
All right. Oh, you know what we're saying? We're hearing. We have people saying that they can hear us both. So Zach, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to cut to you, and have you take away your side of the story because everyone's saying that they can hear you just fine. So Zach is live right now with Maddie and Cece, and Zach, go ahead and take it away.
Cool. Hey, everybody. So, Zachary Bach. I'm out here with Maddie and Cece Gonzalez. Maddie and Cece have been on the forefront of the fight against human trafficking for quite some time now. They've been with an organization called CERT Ministries. And how long has Rudy been?
17 years.
So, Rudy's been at it for 17 years, and you two have been involved for how long?
Our whole life.
So they've been involved for a few years. I don't know how old they are, but they've been involved for a while. But Rudy's been at it for 17 years. And what CERT's been doing is essentially taking the fight to human traffickers and rescuing kids, pulling people out of situations. And they have a new project. It's called the Slave Free Project. The Slave Free Project is your chance to get involved in the fight against human trafficking. Now, not everybody's a door kicker. Not everybody wants to, jump into backyards and fight pit bulls and rescue kids. And that's okay. But some people just want to share the message. They want to provide support. They want to provide lunch for the team. They want to do that kind of stuff. And that's just as important. So I'm going to go ahead and take it over to Maddie and Cece. So you guys want to explain the Slave Free Project a little bit here?
Yeah, so the Slave Free Project, like Zach was saying, is an opportunity for anybody and everybody to get involved and to identify themselves as slave free in their own communities. Human trafficking is a huge issue worldwide, but what we love to say is you can start within your own family, within your own community, and you can make that slave-free. So what we're trying to do is teach people how to identify and report safely victims of human trafficking, as well as how not to be victims of human trafficking, and how to help those in their own communities and in their own lifestyles. So what we're doing right now is we're launching an education program, a medical program, real estate program, any and every program we can think of for every line of work. And we're teaching those people how to identify and report trafficking, as well as how to be slave-free in their own lives and protect themselves and their families from trafficking.
Perfect. What would you say? What would be the top 3 tips on just if somebody goes, oh, I don't know if I really want to get involved, but they aren't interested. What's the top 3 tips that you could give somebody on how to protect their community or protect their own kids from human trafficking situations?
Protect their own kids from human trafficking situations. So I'm a lot on the search side of the operations and that bit, and so I actually do all the case intakes and all of that. And so every missing kid comes across my desk, and then I organize our search team and we deploy from there. And I think that with the COVID thing going on right now and all the distance learning and all of the kids having a lot of free time on their hands right now, especially because of the Super Bowl coming up, which our search team deploys for, and we do a thing called the Big Search every year. But right now is the time that traffickers are taking to recruit your kids into being trafficked for the Super Bowl. It's the largest human trafficking event of the year. And so right now, especially since people are still home and kids are desperate for attention and all of that, really watch over your kids, monitor their social media, love your kids. Teenagers, you have to tell more not to talk to strangers than you do toddlers. So that's the biggest thing, I think, is to teach your kids to know their worth so that they don't go looking for love from strangers. That's what we see. That's the traffickers' number one tool, is that they lure these kids with love and affection and different promises that kids are looking for. So definitely watch your kids this time of the year. Watch them always, but especially now. Runaways, within 48 hours, 2/3 of them are recruited into human trafficking if they aren't already recruited by a trafficker. So definitely this time of the year, watch your kids. I don't want to see them on a missing poster and have to look for them.
And what do you say? Because I ran into this. What do you say to people who say it doesn't happen in my community?
It happens everywhere. That was something I was just talking to somebody about, is that missing kids and trafficked kids are a common denominator for the wealthiest people to the poorest people. We have cases of single moms that have 8 kids and their child is taken from the U.S. across borders. We have the wealthiest CEO executives of different companies that their kids are missing. So there's no money that it can take to bring your child home. I think that the biggest thing is to know how to take care of your kids, love your kids, raise them, to be good people, and hopefully they won't get taken. And if they do get taken, the cool thing is that they know that they have a community and family that's fighting for them.
So if somebody's kid does get taken, what would you say is what's the first step that they should do?
First step, report to law enforcement. Know how to do that. It's not scary. Call 911, report them. But then a lot of times we see that missing kids in the system, what happens is that they just get put into a file and nothing will happen with that case. And so their social media is really important. You can always contact us and we'll be willing to look at your case and help you any way that we can. Our website, certministries.com, and you can call us at 707-583-9577 is the rescue number. But that's something that we're implementing with the Slave Free Project, is to really teach families, and hopefully we're going to have some safety fair rally types of things to teach people what to do when their child goes missing and the very first steps to take, and what to have on hand. We recommend taking different pictures of your kids at different times because they never look like their prom picture when we find them, unfortunately. And so different things like that, how to just set up different things in your home, like internet safety and all of those different things. So hopefully we'll have some safety fairs coming up. We'd love to launch them in the Temecula Valley area, and I think our community might be a great opportunity to be able to do that. And we're so thankful for you guys for opening this topic.
One other thing is listen to your kids. I know that everybody gets so busy in their daily lives, but kids, they talk. They talk about who their best friends are. They talk about who their friends' friends are. And so when you're with your kids, just listen to what they have to say. Don't let it go in one ear and out the other. But let them know that they're loved, and let them know that they're heard and being listened to.
So with the Slave Free Project, how do people get more information, or how do they get involved?
So you can follow us on Facebook or on Instagram at the Slave Free Project, or you can go ahead and shoot us a text at 760-867-0126. or you can email me at theslavefreeproject@gmail.com.
And do you guys meet in a certain location at any time?
We meet at Temecula Clay. Temecula Clay is awesome. It's over here in Vale Ranch. The owner, Jenny Lynch, she's amazing. She gives us her studio to meet in and to let people know about the Slave Free Project and let people know how not to be victims. So it's great. It's here at Vale Ranch. We meet Tuesdays at 6 p.m.
Perfect. All right, awesome. Well, we'll send it back to you guys in the studio. Hope that was informative. If you have any information, reach out to these lovely ladies and they can inform you of anything that you want to know. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
All right, Zach Bach, thank you so much for reporting out there in Temecula. Every week, the Slave Free Project is getting together in Temecula, and they're discussing what you can do to get involved with combating human trafficking. So it's a huge deal, everything that they're doing. A huge thank you to Maddie and Cece. And of course, we're not just a bunch of active participants here at our community. We're a group of people that is actively involved in our community. Zach Bach is headed out to Vegas to participate in that operation to combat human trafficking firsthand. So if you guys would like to get involved, feel free to reach out directly to CERT Ministries, reach out directly to Maddie and Cece with the Slave Free Project. And next, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our next guest on in just a few moments here, which is Aaron Ralls up in Northern California. We're still working to bring you Ginny Mae with Crunch Fitness. I'm picking up the audio on that. Can you shut that off for me, please? We're still working to bring you Ginny Mae with Crunch Fitness. And if we're able to get that done, we're absolutely going to do it. But what we're going to do before we do that, and actually before we do that, is we're going to cut to Aaron Ralls up in Northern California, up in Folsom, who is combating, or who's keeping his business open. He's combating the government, combating the orders to mandate poverty. And so at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Aaron onto the broadcast. And we'll do that right now. Here, let's go. Excuse me, Amy. I'm going to sneak in here. Aaron, very welcome to you, my brother. And of course, this is our first time doing the show. And you said that you were willing to join us. I appreciate you being willing to join us. Tell us what you're doing up there in Northern California, my brother.
So we originally shut down for 7 months, and during that time, I lost about half of my barbers. And the last set of shutdowns that we had, we basically just decided we're going to stay open, and we've stayed open since. And there's been no retribution at all. Local Folsom Police Department has came by twice to educate us on the importance of wearing masks. Other than that, we've had no backlash at all.
So with all of this happening, and I've got a little bit of a delay in the audio, so I'm doing the best I can here to sort this out. It's growing pains. But what I would like to find out is what exactly you're doing, what's been mandated to you, and of course, you're not the only person working on this. There's a whole group of you. There's a whole coalition of people working together. So can you please tell me what it is that you're doing up there in Folsom and how people can get involved?
Well, I teamed up with a local group around here called the Sacramento Freedom Group, which will then be expanding to neighboring counties. But basically, it's a group of businesses that they put together that are refusing to follow the stay-at-home orders in regards to shutting down our businesses, and still doing dine-ins, still doing haircuts, things like that. So that's the Sacramento Freedom Group. They're on Instagram, Facebook, and they have a website as well. I believe the website is sacramentofreedomgroup.com, and you can see a list of businesses that are defying the orders and staying open, and doing what we believe is the right thing. We don't believe what's going on right now is constitutional or appropriate. So I closed down for 7 months. I lost a lot of money. We lost a lot of clients. I lost a lot of barbers. and we're just simply, not only are we not going to do it anymore, we cannot afford to do it anymore.
Yeah, no kidding, my brother. That's a huge deal. We got the audio program fixed. Thank you, Christian. So people can't afford to do it. And I'm seeing right now that what's happening is it's not this fair thing across the board where it's like, hey, we're all shutting down. We've all got to do it. It's sort of, hey, all of you have to shut down. But the rest of us, we're going to continue to go out to dinner. We're going to continue to go on vacation. And so it doesn't feel like the small business owner is in this with our government. It feels like we're sort of on the receiving end of a lot of bureaucracy. So at this point in the game, if they come down and they say, hey, you've got to shut down. You've got to close up shop. Lucky's Barbershop is closed down. What are you going to do?
There is absolutely nothing short of arresting me and putting me in jail that they could do to me to make me shut down at this point. There is nothing. I'm not going to shut down. What's going on isn't right, especially, I really dug my heels in when I saw the governor out with the health officials having dinner, meanwhile telling us not to, So I'm over it. I'm tired of seeing my business's friends fail, and I'm tired of my own business failing miserably after 10 years of hard work to get it where it's at. And it's as simple as there's nothing that they can do to make me shut down. I'll fight it every step of the way. And, we're starting to get a lot of traction. I think the Sacramento Freedom Group has even set up a legal defense fund for those type of small businesses that may end up in that situation also. But I'm just going to stay open. I'm not breaking any rules. I don't paper up my windows. I know some barbershop owners that are papering up their windows and doing it undercover. To me, that's what you do when you're doing illegal stuff. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm just giving free Americans a right to come get a haircut if they choose. And if they don't want to, that's fine. They don't have to come in. But those that do choose to come in should be welcomed. And I'm going to provide a place where those guys are welcome.
Well, it's absolutely one of those situations where you cannot mandate that poverty. We've never been in a situation before in American history where the government has come along and said, you are forced to shut down. You cannot feed your family. And not only can you not feed your family, we're not going to send you any sort of help. Help is not coming. And because at the end of the day, a lot of us were like, hey, listen, just get out of our business. Let us feed ourselves. And they're not even giving us the option. There is no bailout coming. McConnell's made that clear that he's not going to increase the funds. Plump Jack never shut down. Despite wineries shutting down all across the state of California, Plump Jack has stayed open. And so it's something that people are frustrated about. So how can people get involved? And then I'll leave you with a closing word.
Well, the Sacramento Freedom Group is a very good start, even though, you may not be in Sacramento County. They've got a lot of resources. They're getting a lot of backing from Assemblyman Kevin Kiley, Supervisor Sue Frost. There's a lot of people that are, I'm involved in meetings now where, our own representatives are urging us to stay open. What's going on here isn't legal and certainly isn't constitutional. And I reach out to those type of places, and getting involved is as simple as standing up, doing what's right. If you've got a friend or a neighbor or you own a business, stay open, do the right thing. We're not doing anything illegal. I personally don't want a handout from the government. I never have. I've worked my ass off since I was 13. And not only do I just don't want to make my way in this world off of handouts. I want to earn my money. I want my kids to earn their money. And we're going to be staying open.
All right, my brother. Well, hey, I appreciate you being a part of the show. And thank you so much for everything that you're doing, encouraging people to get involved. So if anyone needs to find you, where can they find you? Where can they find Lucky's Barbershop?
Probably the best way is Instagram. Pretty active on there. It's just Lucky's Barbershop Folsom, all one word. Lucky's Barbershop Folsom is my barbershop account. So
excellent.
Any support we get there is greatly appreciated too.
Aaron Ralls, thank you so much up there in Folsom, California. We are going to continue to wish you the best with everything that you're doing. And thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Okay, thanks for having me, David.
Okay, we lost power on our other camera. This is I'll tell you what, this is a learning process here with our community news. But before we bring on Andres Gonzalez, which It looks like he's actually got this figured out. He's with Ginny Mae out in out with Crunch Fitness. We are going to bring them on the show. We are going to get a chance to hear from Crunch, which is absolutely wonderful because we love Ginny. But we want to tell you a little bit about what we're doing. This is not meant to be Fox News. It's not meant to be CNN or ABC or CBS. We're a group of local people that are working together to bring you real, honest news, broadcasting to you about local small businesses and real stories. So if you've ever got any real stories, let us know, and we would be happy to have you be a part of this. So at this point, we are going to bring on Andres Gonzalez onto our community news and check in with Ginny Mae out there at Crunch. Andre, I'm bringing you onto the show now. Amy, it is your microphone.
All right. Can you hear?
We can't hear you.
We can hear you.
Yeah, we
Well,
did
hey,
it.
Miss Jenny.
Yes. So we traveled all the way from across the street. So that's let's see here. Where is mine? We'll just do that. There we go. You know
Well,
what?
thank you so much for joining us today, Jenny. We are so honored to have you on as our guest today on our community network. And I wanted to give a huge thank you to you for sponsoring our first gift for the Christmas lights contest here in French Valley. She was so impressed when she was going around being our celebrity judge with all the traditional lights. She thought that she would do her part for our community and sponsor 1-month memberships for all contestants and 6-month memberships for the winners. And so that's a huge deal. That's for the whole family. So a huge thank you to you, Jenny, and everything you do for this community.
Oh my gosh, you're so welcome. I love our community. But thank you so much for letting me be a part of that. We had so much fun that night. It was hard to pick the winner. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It brought that little kid in. It made it feel like Christmas. So I can't thank you guys enough for that.
Yeah, and the rewards are fantastic. I love the 6 months. Was it 6 months membership?
Yeah, for the winner. Absolutely. And then everybody else that we're offering just a 1-month membership for them to come in, experience Crunch, see what we're all about.
Yeah.
Our club is open.
That's huge.
And we're known to be friendly. You know what? We have that family feel there. We do care about our community. We care about our members. We care about our team. And keep our open.
Jenny, if you don't mind me asking, I know that life has been tough. We said that 60% of small business owners have been closing down permanently. Andre is very passionate about that. I'm passionate about these small business owners, the #1 employer in the state of California. Andre, I'm going to send this over to you at this point and have you conduct this interview because you've been talking to Ginny all morning. What's going on over there at Crunch Fitness? How are you guys staying open?
You know what? Question. And stay open for people in a physical state. We're not be defiant. We believe that having our is going to help build their system and keep them. We're going to the benefit and state versus anything else. So we feel having our clients and members taking care of themselves mentally, physically, will help them tremendously.
Love that. I love the preventative. Wait till you get to sick care system. The sick care system. Instead, preventative. Love that angle. You guys are doing that even in middle school, high school arena. Tell me a little bit
I'm
about
super
that.
excited. Where it was placed on our hearts. Our kids are in trouble. Bottom line, us adults are having a hard time. This change, and like we all get it, and we're all trying to figure this out, right? Pandemic. It's been bringing a lot of,
It's distress and
distress for that, but just like pulling the worst out of people too. So, but our kids, mentally and physically, out of right now.
Yeah.
And so, how to do something. So right now we're having pre-registration for middle and.
Okay.
We're going to have a few days. So we're starting enrollment now for launching that January 10th.
And that's on your website right now. They can enroll.
You know, it will be. It's
Okay.
going to be on a social media. So please, everybody, follow us on
There
Instagram
you go.
and Facebook. But Instagram will keep updating, and that's just the best way for us to communicate.
That's the best source.
It is the best source.
Perfect.
So
Perfect. Well, we said as David alluded into staying open. So, what would your message be to us, the consumer, us, the citizen, the local that wants to? What would you say to them?
in regards
to their health, in regards to functioning, operating in this beautiful city.
You know what? This is where I stand and where we stand. We want people to feel safe. So if you if you feel and you don't feel safe coming into the club, please don't. I honor that. We honor that. But for those that really need some help, that's where we stand. I have a phenomenal fitness department that people, I have my trainers that they have heart for people. We work with people, create individual programs, customize them just for them. And so that's where our heart is. So if you're comfortable, come see us. For those that are not, it's okay. And when we keep a super clean club.
Okay.
We execute that. People are wearing masks. They have their hand towels. Everybody has to have a towel with them. 6 feet distancing. We're doing all the safe measures.
Perfect. And then what would you say to your fellow business owner?
In regards to stand strong, we're all in this together. And we really need to support one another. And you know what? So any help I can do for those out there, to put you guys on my Instagram, to help you. We do vendor events, like we do member appreciation days. Spread the word. Please contact me directly, and let me see what we can do to really help you and get the word out. It's all about networking.
Bingo.
Whatever we can do, please, we're here for you.
I love that. I love the word networking. I always refer it kind of, we're all on the same pirate ship, going in the same direction, and we all want to win.
We're gonna win.
We're gonna win.
Yeah,
for sure.
Not if.
Exactly. Love it. Since we're gonna win. Well, thanks over here from French Valley, with the owner of Crunch Fitness, French Valley. Oh my Nelly. I'm excited to have spent some time with her. Looking forward to it.
This isn't one of those situations where it's us against them or them against us. At the end of the day, the only thing really to stand against is probably the establishment, which is making it very difficult for all of us to continue to pay our mortgages at the end of on the first. You know what I mean? So we're that was it. That was our show. That's our first show of the year. Our very first show, our community news. If you enjoyed this, we hope that you'll continue to check in with us. Amy, what do you got there?
So this is the flyer from Crunch Fitness. Starting January 10th, that Crunch Fitness program is kicking off for middle and high school students. There's the phone number there, 951-926-8886. And she is working on launching an elementary program as well. So all you moms that are going stir crazy with homeschooling those kids, there's a great option for you. I know I'm right there ready to send my kids over to Jenny as well. So
okay, very cool. So if you're just now tuning into the show, we had a lot of fun kind of working out the kinks, but we were able to get everything figured out. We had our 5-day forecast brought to you by Timothy Buttaga right here in studio. We talked about how 60% of small businesses are due to shut down permanently after the start of COVID, regardless of how quickly we return to normal. And that's not just affecting small businesses, that's also affecting nonprofits. 1/3 of all nonprofits are expected to not reopen their doors at the end of all this. And one of the nonprofits that we did check in with was the Slave Free Project. All the things that they're doing to directly combat human trafficking. And we had a great interview with Maddie and Cece. Zach Bach was down there in Temecula discussing how you could get involved in helping the human beings that have been affected by human trafficking. And then, of course, we went out to Aaron Ralls with Lucky's, who is really, he is putting his foot down. He's saying, stay open, do not close. He is never going to close again. And he's encouraging other small businesses to do the same thing. Over 100 small businesses are now a part of that coalition that are dedicated to not shutting down. And then we went down to over to Crunch Fitness with Andres Dorinsa and Ginny Mae, and talked about how she just wants everybody to be comfortable. We're all in this together. Amy Serpa.
Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Please feel free to give us a like on our community and share the video out. And thank you all so much for tuning in today. Happy Monday, and we will look forward to seeing you on Friday.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Of course, we've now got our community doors open right here in the French Valley Village Center. This is our French Valley hub for our community. So we're going to have an open house on January 12th from 8 to 12 o'clock, or excuse me, 10 to 2 o'clock if you want to come by and check out our space and what we've got going on. And then we're also, if you're interested in getting into real estate, we are launching our community real estate school to help people pursue their real estate license and get a great education in the process. So thank you to everyone who tuned in. We've got a lot of really fantastic comments right now. Lauren is excited that we're back. We've got, she said, much better than watching you and reading my phone. Unfortunately, Brian Ferre said, I lost my business. I had 2 years left on my lease. This whole thing sucks. I feel you, my brother. Fellow Marine Corps veteran Daryl Miller said, this is awesome, guys. Thank you. We're excited to be back after Wednesday Wake Up Live. This has been a long time in the making here with our community news. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Susan said, thank you for all that you do. I'm a social worker and see so much tragedy. Reach out to me. I would love to help. Maybe we'll have Susan on the show. And just like I said, guys, if you want to have, if you want our show to cover a certain story, let us know what you want us to cover. Feel free to fire away. Daryl is agreeing with something we said. We figured out our audio issues. And then let's see here. Everybody helped us figure out our audio issues. Said, yay, Maddie and Cece, getting some support for the Slave Free Project. Thank you guys for tuning in. Lauren said, this is amazing. Lori Gonzalez, the director of the Slave Free Project, and really the backbone of CERT Ministries, has been watching the show. Nani said, awesome work, Slave Free Project. I'm praying for you. So thank you guys for everything that you're doing at the Slave Free Project. You guys are very much appreciated. And then Ivy Hope said, yay, Slave Free Project. Ivy has been making it her mission to get out there and get involved. People are enjoying the show. Thank you for the support, Mitchell Howard. And then, of course, my wife tuned in, Katie Serpa. Great show. Love you guys. I love you too. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. Fun show. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Feel free to share this show out. Start it from the beginning. And feel free to tune in on Friday, where we will be having our Community News Weekend Edition. Thank you all so much. And Temecula Valley, have a great rest of your week. And if you need to buy or sell any real estate, come see us. We'll be ready to see you.
Happy Monday, y'all.
Happy Monday. Have a great week, everyone.